I'm Dobby for Dobby Productions, and I'm going to be doing a series of tutorials in Sony Vegas Pro 8. Now, this first tutorial is just going to be about the complete basics. Say if you're an absolute beginner, this is what I'm going to go through. If you know a little, then you might as well skip on to the other tutorials. Okay, when you open Vegas up, you will have a timeline down here. This is basically where you build your movie and make it. Up here you have a preview window. This is so you can watch what you're making. You can change the quality which you preview this in. Draft is worse, and then you got best. But if you're in a higher quality, then it might get a little joltier. Okay, the tabs. I'll go through these through the tutorial. First of all, your Explorer, like the Explorer on your computer. It's basically that. You just search through, find where your clips are. Hold on. And then when you've found your clips, just simply drag them in. Just click and drag. There you go. Obviously this has the audio with it as well, because I captured the audio when I was on the Xbox. Okay. Yeah, you can click the, if you just click and drag, you can move the clip up and down your timeline. Other stuff you can do it. Basically your timeline is made out of video tracks and audio tracks. If you want more layers, you can just insert more audio tracks, insert video tracks. If you put a clip on here, then this is going to be on top of that one, so obviously you'll see this. So if you wanted a picture on top of it, say if you wanted someone's emblem or their name in the corner, then you put it on the top layer, so then you'd be able to see it on top of the video. The same way you can just delete these tracks if you want. Okay, a few other stuff you can do on the timeline. Trimming. Now this is what this tab is for, where you can actually drag the clip in, but there's a lot easier way. You don't generally use that tab, because you can just click and hold the end of it and this little arrow will come up, two-way arrow, and you can just drag and you can chop your clip down as much as you want. Say if you wanted the clip to be longer though, and the same length, so you'd want to slow the clip down. Simply, as you did trimming it, but hold control and a squiggly line will come underneath. Then just by dragging it and whilst holding control, you also see that comes up showing you that you slowed the clip down. And obviously the clip displays a lot slower than it was before. Okay, Control Z just to undo. Another quick tip, always useful. Right, splitting the clip. Now quite often you want to split your clip in half. Say exactly on the triple kill there. Simply just whilst the clip's highlighted, just click the S key, and you have your clips in two parts, as you can see. Okay, undo that. Say, as soon as I captured the audio as well, you might not want that there. You can change the volume of it. It will say gain. You can drag this line up and down just by clicking on the top, and you'll just see the volume bars go down. So you can have no volume. And if you do the same on the video, you'll see the opacity goes down. This is quite useful if you're using layers, so you can have people like to have the same clip playing on top, but just sort of zoom in and it gives it a cool effect if the opacity is just a bit lower. But say if you wanted these differently, then if you press Control U, then it separates your audio from your video because they're fixed at first. So then you can just delete that without deleting the clip as well, or do whatever you want. See, just hit the delete key to delete stuff. Very easy. Okay, project media. This will be everything that you've ever used in the in your video or ever put into your timeline. At the moment, it's just clip 5 because that's the only one down here. It's the only one I've put into the timeline. Media generators. This will be your titles and your background and your credits. You'll do all that in here. For intros, I generally use After Effects because the titling you'll find isn't that good. If you've got the Pro version, then you have Pro type titling, which frees up my computer every time. There you go, and it just gives you some presets as well. These are basically presets. If you just hit empty, you can still do the same as whatever's here. You can do it with the effects, with your transitions. They're just presets. You can build your own. Okay, here's transitions. Here I need another clip, so I just drag another clip out of the Explorer. Clip 1, a kill catastrophe on cold storage that I got. Now, putting the clips together, once again, you can drag them up and down. Sony Vegas Pro 8 is actually very good, so the clips will lock together nicely, and you won't have to do much, because then on other programs like Adobe Premiere, I always used to find that they never used to lock properly, and you'd have little black gaps in your video, which just looks like this, and it'd be very annoying, just in case he flicks off. Okay, it's the period which your clips overlap. Say if you drag them over each other, there's a time here. That will show you how long the transition is going to be. It locks onto second quite nicely. It's just a good length, but for that, at the moment it's just a fade. A lot of people just use fades the whole time though. But say if you want a different transition, you go to your transitions tab. There's a load of presets. It shows you the A to B is basically your video going from one video to the other. So you just got to imagine your two videos there. It gives you presets of each one. One effect which I do use is cross effect slow A and B zoom. It's kind of like fade, but it just gives you a pulse effect. You'll see it zooms in and zooms out. Just gives it quite a nice feel to it. Okay, video effects. Now I'm actually going to do a whole tutorial on this, and it'll be released like tomorrow or something. So I won't go through these now. Once you've made your film, now I'm going to go through how you actually make it. At the moment this is just a .veg file, so it can only be opened in Vegas. You can't upload it to YouTube or send it to your friends, whatever you want to do. So what you need to do is render it. Actually, before I do that, I'll just show you that you can actually zoom in your timeline, because once you split the clip up and you're working with little bits trying to sync it to music, you can actually just use the pluses and minuses here, which zooms your clip in, and also you can just minus it out again. You'll find that very useful. I should have showed that earlier. Okay, rendering. You have to render the file. This will make it an AVI or a WMV or whatever you want it to be, and basically make it a file so you can upload it to YouTube. You put your name in, but what I'm going to show you to do is have this render loop region only box ticked, and then how you make your loop region is just double click the video. You'll see this highlighted yellow bar will come up. Basically I'm showing you this because then you can select, say if you just wanted a small bit of your video and you didn't want to make all of it, say if you just wanted to show someone what you've done so far, then you can just select a certain amount which you want to turn into an AVI file or WMV. But if you want the whole video, generally make it a bit longer because sometimes it chops it off. Rendering, right, you just put in what you want to call it, so I'll just put in tutorial in here. Here's all the settings. You've got AVI, WMV. I actually don't know much about rendering, so I was just told that WMV is very good. It has a small file size, and it's just nice. It uploads to YouTube. It's still good quality, so yeah. See, I have high definition templates that you can make. The problem with HD is some computers can't play it on YouTube because it's just not fast enough. So I'm just happy with default template usually. If it's a small video, I'll make it HD because it makes a huge file size, so it'll take forever to upload and send anywhere. So WMV is nice, unless I don't know much, so you can probably get HD in a very small format. Then you just hit save, and that converts it to a WMV or an AVI, and you can upload it to YouTube, send it to your friends, and that's basically how you make a video in Sony Vegas. Thanks for watching. This has been a Adobe Productions tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe.